Rolling with the times, cannabis and skate culture. Cannabis and skate culture have been intertwined for decades. They have a loyal and die-hard fan base, some of which would most definitely consider themselves to be in tune with both scenes. With their roots taking hold much earlier, by the 1960s and 70s, cannabis and skateboarding had gained a reputation for attracting a crowd of people that wanted to do their own thing and express a sense of individuality. Due to the rebellious and individualist nature present in both cultures, people began to see the link between the two interests, and cannabis began to find its way onto the skateboarding scene. Cannabis and skate culture really is a perfect marriage of two crowds more than likely to get along with each other. Their vibes are an ideal mix of self-expression and appetite for going against the grain of societal social norms. Before the recent legalization of recreational cannabis started to spread across the United States, just consuming cannabis made you a rebel type. The 70s and 80s were all about rebelling and paving the way for individualism through self-expression. Skateboarders and cannabis consumers were able to find a philosophical common ground, often intermingling with each other. As legalization spread, skateboarding and the brands operating in that space have included references to the plant and its effects. Brands like Nike SB, Lifted Research Group, and the clothing line Cookies, owned by rapper and cannabis entrepreneur Burner, have products that align with skateboard culture referencing cannabis in some form or another. Cannabis use has the potential to benefit skateboarders in a number of ways. First, cannabis can help to alleviate pain and inflammation associated with injuries or strains that skateboarders commonly experience after falling. This can enable skateboarders to recover more quickly and return to their sport with reduced discomfort in a much shorter time frame. Consuming cannabis products may also help to reduce stress and anxiety levels, which can be especially beneficial for skateboarders who are looking to perform at their best in competitions or events. By reducing stress, cannabis can help skateboarders to focus and perform better under pressure, allowing them to follow their line more confidently. Some skateboarders have reported that cannabis use can enhance their creativity and improve their ability to visualize new tricks and approaches to their sport. This could potentially lead to more innovative and exciting lines of tricks for skateboarders to attempt. And mostly skating was honestly just a damn good time. Possible risks of cannabis use in skateboarding. While there are potential benefits of cannabis use for skateboarders, there are also risks that should be considered. One risk is impaired motor coordination and reaction time, which can increase the risk of accidents and injuries during skateboarding. This can be especially dangerous for skateboarders who are performing difficult tricks or stunts. Getting too high can also cause cognitive impairment, including memory and attention deficits, which could negatively impact skateboarders' ability to learn and execute new tricks or strategies. Additionally, cannabis use can lead to respiratory issues, such as bronchitis or lung infections, which could impact skateboarders' overall health and fitness levels. It's hard to keep pushing with a smoker's cough. Finally, it's important to remember that cannabis use is still illegal in many areas and can lead to legal consequences for skateboarders. Even in areas where cannabis is legal, it's important to use it responsibly and follow all laws and regulations related to its use. Overall, know your limits, know your laws, and be responsible. Cannabis' heavy influence on skateboarding fashion and gear, mostly in the use of cannabis-related graphics and references on clothing, boards, and accessories. Many skateboarders and skateboarding brands relating to cannabis consumer cannabis leaves, buds, and other related imagery into their designs, both as a nod to cannabis culture and as a way to express a rebellious or counter-cultural attitude. In addition to graphics, cannabis has also inspired the use of certain colors and textures in skateboarding fashion. For example, green is notoriously associated with weed and is often used in skateboarding clothing and accessories. You might even be able to find someone with a pot leaf stenciled out of their grip tape. The use of hemp as a material in clothing and accessories has also become more popular in recent years due to its sustainability and durability. Overall, the influence of cannabis on skateboarding fashion reflects the close relationship between cannabis culture and skateboarding culture, and highlights the role of fashion in expressing individuality and identity within these communities. The hip-hop connection. Cannabis and hip-hop might as well be synonymous at this point. The two have been intertwined since the beginning. Functioning as trendsetters in the 80s, 90s, and most definitely the present day, hip-hop artists have been making the unpopular popular for decades. As skateboarding was beginning to really take off around the same time, the philosophies embedded in hip-hop resonated with a crowd of people who, too, considered themselves to be rebellious in nature. Hip-hop, cannabis, and skateboarding worked too well together to ignore, and brands marketing products for skateboarding began to take cues from hip-hop and cannabis culture. Ever since, the three have been connected together to some degree. Take rapper Lil Wayne, for example. He's a prominent proponent and borderline embodiment of these three cultures combined. Cannabis and skating culture are more than likely together forever, especially as more states begin to legalize the plant for recreational purchase and consumption. Their rebellious philosophies make them the perfect match. Whether it be a psychedelic graphic on a t-shirt or a skateboarder using cannabis for creativity and pain management for falls and injuries, cannabis will always have a purpose and place in the sport. Let your curiosity guide you, and explore the bond between cannabis and skate culture. Equals 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 equals. Ito N.A. Vince Stig. Title: Rolling with the Times, Cannabis and Skate Culture. Genre: Documentary/drama. Setting: Lumeria, a fictional town blending elements of the 1960s, 70s, and present-day urban landscapes. Synopsis: in the heart of Lumeria, where cobblestone streets echo with the rhythm of skateboards and the sweet aroma of cannabis floats in the air, Rolling with the Times unfolds the vibrant tapestry of the deep-rooted connection between cannabis and skate culture. Act 1, Roots of Rebellion, 1960s to 80s. Meet Eldon Thistledown, a dreamer and collector of stories, as he embarks on a journey through the rebellious decades of the 70s. Skateboarding and cannabis intertwine, being symbols of individualism and self-expression. Eldon discovers the shared philosophy that bind these two countercultures. Scene: Eldon, filled with maps and artifacts from skate and cannabis history. Act 2, The Rise of Cannabis and Skateboarding, 90s present. As legalization spreads, the world of skateboarding undergoes a transformation. Legendary brands like Nike SB, Lifted Research and Cookies embrace cannabis culture, incorporating it into their products. Eldon explores the potential benefits of cannabis for skateboarders, from pain relief to enhanced creativity. Scene: skate parks adorn cannabis-inspired graphics. Act 3, Highs and Risks on the Board. While cannabis offers benefits, skateboarders face risks: impaired coordination, cognitive deficits, and legal consequences. Eldon delves into the delicate balance between the positive influence of cannabis and the potential drawbacks it brings to the skateboarding community. Scene: skateboarding competitions, showcasing both the highs and challenges. Act 4, Cannabis in Fashion and Gear. The influence of cannabis extends beyond skate park. Eldon examines the fusion of cannabis culture and skateboarding fashion, from graphics on boards to hemp-infused clothing. Green hues dominate, reflecting the rebellious spirit of both cultures. Scene: a fashion show featuring skateboarding-inspired cannabis fashion. Act 5, The Hip-Hop Connection. Enter the world of hip-hop, where the beats harmonize with the rhythmboards. Eldon explores the intertwined history of cannabis, hip-hop, and skateboarding, showcasing how the three cultures became inseparable. Iconic figures like Lil Wayne serve as living embodiments of this cultural fusion. Scene: a hip-hop concert with skateboarders showcasing their skills. Conclusion: forever united. As Rolling with the Times concludes, Eldon emphasizes that the bond between cannabis and skate culture is everlasting. Despite the risks, the rebellious philosophies of both cultures ensure they stand together, paving the way for a future where creativity, individual, shared love for the board and the bud continue to thrive. Final: Eldon skating through Lumeria, leaving trails of stardust and a sense of unity in his wake. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a profound appreciation for the timeless connection between cannabis and skate culture.